What's up, everybody? Jump in here. Hey guys, I am back on some Fuse, showing you another game of Echelon mode. This video is going to be more about Naya and how to play her and what's good about her and what's not so great about her. And that's pretty much it. So this is going to be on the map Fuse Reactor. It's a decent map. It's not my favorite in the game, but it's not bad. And I'm going to be playing with 3 people in this game, not 4. I have been playing this game with 4 people quite a bit as of lately, and I gotta be honest, it's just a total blast when you can have like 4 of your friends, or at least 4 people to play with. It's a lot more fun that way. But anyway, alright, let's get into this. Let's talk about some Naya. Now, Naya is pretty interesting. She's probably the only one that I would say that you don't really need to use your Xenotech weapon all that much. She gets the warp gun, which is a cool concept of a weapon. It's like a submachine gun, but it pretty much creates these wormholes, almost like these singularity crazy effects. And yeah, they're really good. Now one thing I will say about it is that you can get these things. They're called solar flares if you combine her with Jacob, which is a very good combination. If you're playing with someone who knows how to play Jacob, then you can get so many solar flares, and it's just a giant explosion in a way. And what's nice about it is that even if you don't get the kill and you get the assist, then the actual explosion itself will probably either A, pick you up some kills, or B, it might actually get you a lot of assists. So that is one great thing about her. But the reality of it is that generally when I play with her, my favorite thing to do is to do a lot of melees, and to also actually just use her shotgun. I mean, she starts with the shotgun, and what's interesting about Naya compared to everyone else is that if you're cloaked and you actually go for melees, then you will always get your melee takedown like in one hit. Most people, you have to punch them and stun them, and then you can do the melee takedown. And if they're a stronger enemy, then it might take like 2 melees to actually get the takedown. But with her, no, you don't need to do that. You can literally just go for the initial melee, and you'll actually get the melee kill. So it's pretty epic, to be honest. And of course, the shotgun is really good. So generally, that's how I would probably recommend to play with her. Although, like I said, the warp gun is good, and if you combine it to do combos like with Jacob and other people, then you can get a lot of assists. Not only a lot of assists, but you can actually get some kills in the process. And it's just cool. It's a very cool, nice visual effect that you can get. But anyway, now, one of the reasons why I really wanted to do Naya as my second one, because I've been over Jacob. Jacob's by far my favorite. He's the one I generally play, because like everyone who plays, or at least everyone I play with in this game, everyone has their like particular person they like, and to me, it seems like Naya and well, really just Naya is probably the most popular. Dalton, a lot of people really like Dalton. I like Jacob, and I would say a lot of people also probably do like Jacob, although I do kind of feel that he might be not played as much as Naya and Dalton. I don't know. It's really kind of hard to say. And of course, Izzy she's decent in herself, and a lot of people like to play her because they feel that they like to play that kind of support role, which is very important, and you definitely want someone to play Izzy. But in this game, if you can't tell, we are not using an Izzy. Like, we are just using a Dalton, a Jacob, and of course, Naya here. Now, the one thing about Naya that makes her so good, and I mean, when I say so good, I mean really good in this aspect. For some reason, what I've noticed is that when you use Naya, you will get the most money out of anyone on your squad. Like, you will always walk away with 40,000. Well, I can't say always, but I will say that a lot of times, at least when I play with her, I will get like 40,000 or 50,000 credits, which I know that a lot of people feel in this game that it's really just kind of annoying grinding for the fuse credits. I mean, it's nothing like Mass Effect. Mass Effect is probably one of the worst games ever, just for grinding for credits and then not actually getting anything. When this game, you actually can just buy everything directly and make that decision, so it's not like a random system. But it still can be kind of annoying, like sitting there and trying to grind for credits, and on top of it, if you want to get like certain achievements, you need to actually buy everything, and it's very expensive. So if you are one of these people and you want to get the most money possible, play with Naya. And the reason for this is something I recently learned, which is if you look at the top right of the screen, you will see right now I have a ×3 multiplier. And what happens is that I actually can't explain how to get the like times multiplier to go up. I believe it really comes down to how many rounds you survive, or it could be how many enemies you kill, one of the two. But the reality is that if you have that times multiplier, that is actually how much money you're going to be getting. And I believe it affects how often enemies will drop money, and on top of that, it will also affect how much money you get from like a pile. So if you have like the max multiplier and you pick up money, then you'll get a lot more than someone who doesn't have the max multiplier. And it's not team based, so it's like it's individual. So the way that works is that you have to stay alive. You can't die. So that's what you have to keep in mind here. You cannot die, and if you have that times multiplier, then when you pick something up, you'll have so much more money. And with Naya, by far, it's the easiest to stay alive because she can go invisible. You're not going to have to fight enemies all that much that will kill you. And generally, yeah, like right now I have a ×4 multiplier, and I will easily be able to just pick up bags of money and money that enemies will drop. And more than likely, I won't be killed in the process just because, you know, Naya is fucking crazy good. And if they grab you like an infiltrator, like right here, it's not a big deal. It's not going to affect your multiplier. It only goes down when you die. So that's my main thing. Unfortunately, this game, we did have one problem. We beat it really quickly. This game's like only 15 minutes long, which is pretty decent in general just for Echelon mode. Because I would say most games take anywhere from like 18 minutes to 20 minutes. And this was pretty nice because it only took us 15 minutes. And my friend, Far Snowflake, he's actually going to be lagging out quite a bit. If you look right now, you can tell he's not in the game. I think he lags out twice. And that sucks because, you know, it's definitely a lot harder to do things like a fuse zone with just 2 people. I mean, it just is. It is a lot harder to do that. Especially when you don't have someone like playing Jacob and not able to actually sit there and continuously like shoot the enemies on spawn and do all that kind of stuff. Now right here with my fusion, you can kind of see like what she can do with her warp rifle. You can get these things called warp chains, which are like really crazy good. Mainly with fusion, that's where it really shines. Is that when you are in fusion, you definitely want to use the warp gun because you want to get these warp chains. I mean, if you affect like multiple enemies, you will get so many. And the way it really works is this: is that if you'll notice that at times if I shoot them, like right now I'm using my shotgun again, so you won't see it, but you will see it a little later. But if I was to shoot an enemy with the warp gun, I can actually set them up, and you could tell because like they get an effect on them. It's very obvious that they're set up for an actual combo. Now all that actually has to happen is that if they're killed in any way, if my teammates kill them, if I kill them with like my shotgun or melee or something, well, I don't know about melee, but at least with my shotgun, then I can actually explode them. They will explode still, even if like I don't kill them with the warp gun itself. So that's something to keep in mind. And by them exploding, like I said, you're going to be damaging multiple enemies and all that, and it's really cool. One other thing I should bring up in this video that I don't really think a lot of people know about, this is something I recently just discovered, and I could post a video that's really ridiculous. I have a video with Jacob that I recorded where I got like 330 kills maybe. It was a lot of kills in one game. It was pretty insane. And I was doing this combo, and that's the way I was able to achieve such a high kill count with a 4-player team or whatever. You know, you got to keep that in mind. I think it was a 4-player team. It might have been a 3-player team, but it's whatever. I think it was 4 players. But yeah, to achieve something like 300 kills in one match, it's pretty ridiculous. And I was able to do that with doing a certain combo. I call it like I guess the fusion combo. And the way it works is that if you want to do it, and you're playing this game with like a group of people, if one person fusion, like if I fusion first, then I'll have like, I don't know the actual time, it's 10 or 15 seconds of fusion. If someone else fusion, if they use their fusion while I'm in fusion, then my fusion will continue. And then their fusion will continue. So if a third person fusion, then it will just keep going. So you can pretty much have your fusion for anywhere between I would say 40 seconds to 50 seconds or something like that. So it's like really ridiculous how long you can actually fusion for, especially if you're the first person that uses it. And that's what we were doing. Was I was using my fusion first, and yeah, we were just murdering enemies. It was like insane. And what's funny is that in that game, like I said, I had 330 kills, and that was actually like not as good as another game. We had a game where we failed on wave 10, and I had 370 kills doing the same combo, basically same map, and everything like that. So you kind of get the idea. And then like that's my highest kills I've ever gotten in the game, was like 300 and like almost 70. It was like 368, I believe. And once again, same combo, same concept, doing the whole fusion combo with everyone. And yeah, it's pretty epic. So let me know, do you want to see that? Obviously, it's going to be another Jacob game. And like I said, I probably will come out with something like a Dalton gameplay, maybe an Izzy gameplay. Izzy's kind of, well, she's kind of like just easy to use. I mean, the whole thing with her is just to use the med beacon, play support, freeze some enemies up, and right here is another pretty good example of her fusion. It can be really good. Generally though, like what I would do in a situation like this, where I'm playing like just 3 people, or at times I'm just playing 2 people like now because my friend Snowflake, he keeps lagging out, I would actually switch to either Dalton or Jacob if I had fusion. Because Dalton's fusion is like amazing. By far you can dish out the most damage like to a boss with Dalton's fusion. And Jacob, he can kill like the largest groups of enemies. You can get like 20 kills in one fusion, super easy. Naya, her fusion is nice, but once again, it's just not as effective as someone like Dalton or someone like Jacob's fusion. So that's exactly what I would say that if you were going to do anything to do, is to actually just go ahead and, if you are not playing with a full squad and you get your fusion and you're playing someone like Izzy, or you're playing someone like Naya, I would say you should maybe consider switching over to Dalton or Jacob if that slot is still free, if you get a fusion, because then you'll get more kills and you'll be able to deal with the enemies quicker, and the quicker you can deal with the enemies, the faster you'll win, and that's what you want, because that's how you get the most money. But yeah, anyway, like I said, I do believe the actual multiplier at the top, I think it only goes up to 4. I don't think I've died, and it's been quite a while, so I believe times 4 is the highest. But what's great about it, like I said, is that you're able to actually collect, especially if you can get to the end. If you can get to the end where the big money is, the wave 12 money, and you have that times 4 multiplier still, and you collect it, you'll walk away with like 50 G's every game. So keep that in mind. It's very important. And that's the thing about Naya. It's so easy not to die as her. Like most of my friends, when they play Naya, they rarely actually die. And if they don't die, then they'll walk away with like 40 or 50,000. And it's like, oh god, that's really annoying how they're walking away with all this money and I'm not. But Naya can go invisible, so I don't know. Anyway, right here we just turned in this. This is like, I think, wave 11, so we're almost done. And like this map, there's in this wave there's like these snipers. It can be kind of dangerous, so always keep that in mind. Watch out for that. And there's quite a few snipers, and it can be a little annoying. I definitely really enjoy it when we are able to get one of those countdown. That's the name of the objective, where you have to actually carry a fuse zone or a fuse cell to the location, turn it in. Now, generally, the countdowns can be somewhat difficult. It really just depends. But if you can turn it in, what's great about it is that you're guaranteed for everyone to get a fusion. Now, I bring that up because that is really good when you're talking about doing the whole fusion combo. What I like to do is either A, Dalton can use his fusion, and then you can combo that fusion and just keep going for something like a wave 12. Believe me, if Dalton can have his fusion for like 30 seconds, he will destroy an enforcer or any boss. He just does so much damage so quickly, and you can kind of see it right now. I believe in this game I didn't know about it. If I would have known about it, we would have done it. But like I said, I don't really think we knew about this yet. This is something we discovered just recently. But yeah, you can kind of see right there, Dalton is literally destroying the Enforcer. And that came really from Fusion. Actually, no, in fact, I did know about it because I did that. I actually did the combo for him. I used my Fusion because I knew that. And if you can get a countdown and everyone gets a Fusion, you know, that's the thing. Like, you will be able to do this combo, and it can be really ridiculous. And it's just awesome. But yeah, this is, I believe, around the end of the game. There's only a couple enemies left, and I think I'm gonna take them out. I was actually wrong. It does go to ×5 if you look. I don't know what the actual like biggest multiplier is, but that's pretty much it. I got 51,000 credits. Pretty awesome. I hope you have enjoyed this. Please like and favorite this video for me, and you guys have a nice day. Peace out.